the tomato, a fruit so ubiquitous, so versatile that it graces tables across the globe. From the sun-drenched fields of Italy to the bustling markets of India, the tomato has secured its place as a culinary icon. But have you ever stopped to consider the journey this humble fruit undertakes before it reaches your plate? It's a story of dedication, innovation, and a deep respect for the land. This is the story of modern tomato farming, where tradition meets technology to produce millions of tons of this beloved fruit. Join us as we delve into the fascinating world of tomato cultivation, exploring the techniques, the challenges, and the triumphs of this global industry. The tomato's tale begins in the Andes Mountains of South America, where it was first domesticated by ancient civilizations. Revered for its vibrant color and unique flavor, the tomato slowly made its way across the world, eventually arriving in Europe in the 16th century. Initially met with skepticism due to its resemblance to the poisonous nightshade plant, the tomato eventually won over hearts and palates, becoming a staple ingredient in countless cuisines. Today, the tomato is enjoyed in a myriad of ways: raw, cooked, sauced, dried. Its versatility knows no bounds. It's a testament to the ingenuity of generations past and present who have harnessed the power of nature to bring this nutritional powerhouse to our tables. The sheer scale of modern tomato production is astounding. Millions upon millions of tons of tomatoes are harvested each year, a testament to the efficiency and innovation of modern agricultural practices. From vast open fields to high-tech greenhouses, tomato farming has evolved to meet the demands of a growing global population. This incredible feat is made possible by the dedication of countless individuals, farmers, scientists, engineers, and distributors, all working in harmony to ensure a steady supply of this beloved fruit. It's a testament to human ingenuity and our ability to harness the power of nature on a grand scale. Modern tomato farming is a delicate dance between science and art. It requires a deep understanding of plant biology, soil science, and pest management, coupled with the intuition and experience passed down through generations of farmers. It's about striking a balance between maximizing yield and preserving the environment, ensuring the long-term sustainability of this vital industry. From the selection of the right seed varieties to the implementation of precision irrigation techniques, every step in the tomato farming process is carefully considered and executed. It's a testament to the dedication and passion of those who dedicate their lives to cultivating this essential crop. Section 5, a glimpse into the fields where passion meets innovation. Join us as we step into the fields and greenhouses where the magic of tomato farming unfolds. We'll meet the passionate individuals who dedicate their lives to nurturing these plants from tiny seeds to plump, juicy fruits. We'll witness firsthand the ingenuity and innovation driving this industry forward. From cutting-edge irrigation systems to sustainable pest control methods. This is where theory meets practice, where science and tradition intertwine to produce a bounty of nature's goodness. Get ready to be inspired by the dedication, ingenuity, and sheer hard work that goes into bringing this staple food to our tables. Section 6, sustainability at the forefront, nurturing the land. In an era of increasing environmental awareness, sustainability is at the forefront of modern tomato farming practices. Responsible farmers understand the importance of preserving the land for future generations, implementing eco-friendly methods to minimize their ecological footprint. From water conservation techniques to integrated pest management systems, every effort is made to protect the delicate balance of nature. This commitment to sustainability extends beyond the fields, encompassing the entire tomato production chain. From reducing packaging waste to optimizing transportation routes, every step is taken to minimize the environmental impact of bringing this beloved fruit to consumers worldwide. Section 7. Join us on a journey of growth and flavor. Over the next hour, we invite you to embark on a captivating journey into the world of modern tomato farming. Together, we'll explore the intricate processes, the cutting-edge technologies, and the unwavering dedication that goes into producing millions of tons of this culinary staple. Get ready to discover the fascinating journey of the tomato from tiny seed to your plate. It's a story of innovation, sustainability, and the enduring power of nature's bounty. Section 8, the promise of abundance, feeding the world one tomato at a time. As the global population continues to grow, the need for sustainable and efficient food production methods becomes increasingly critical. Modern tomato farming stands as a beacon of hope, demonstrating how innovation and a deep respect for the environment can work hand in hand to feed the world. By embracing sustainable practices and continuously seeking new and improved methods, the tomato farming industry holds the promise of nourishing future generations. It's a testament to human ingenuity and our ability to cultivate abundance while safeguarding the planet for years to come. Section 1. The foundation of flavor, understanding the importance of soil. Our journey begins not with the tomato plant itself, but with the very foundation upon which it grows, the soil. It's easy to overlook this humble substance, but within its depths lies the key to unlocking the full flavor potential of our beloved tomato. For you see, soil is much more than just dirt. It's a complex living ecosystem, teeming with microscopic life forms that play a crucial role in plant health and nutrient absorption. Just as a strong foundation is essential for any structure, healthy soil is the cornerstone of successful tomato farming. It provides the essential nutrients, water retention, and aeration that tomato plants need to thrive. Neglecting the soil is akin to building a house on sand. It's only a matter of time before the structure falters. Section 2. Traditional wisdom, modern techniques, preparing the land for planting. For generations, farmers have understood the importance of proper land preparation in ensuring a bountiful harvest. While modern technology has provided us with advanced tools and techniques, the fundamental principles remain rooted in the wisdom passed down through generations. The first step in our journey is to prepare the soil, creating an environment where tomato seeds can germinate and flourish. This preparation begins with clearing the land of any existing vegetation, either through mechanical tilling or the use of cover crops that naturally suppress weeds while enriching the soil. The goal is to create a clean slate, free from competition for resources, where our tomato plants can take root and thrive. Section 3. A delicate balance, analyzing soil composition and nutrient content. Before we even think about planting our tomato seeds, it's essential to understand the composition and nutrient content of our soil. Just like humans, plants require a balanced diet to thrive, and different crops have varying nutritional needs. Tomato plants in particular are heavy feeders, requiring ample amounts of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, along with a host of micronutrients. Soil testing kits are readily available and provide valuable insights into the pH level, organic matter content, and nutrient levels of our soil. Armed with this information, we can make informed decisions about soil amendments, ensuring our tomato plants have access to the nourishment they need to flourish. Section 4. From barren to bountiful, amending the soil for optimal tomato growth. Based on the results of our soil analysis, we can now begin the process of amending the soil, tailoring its composition to meet the specific needs of our tomato plants. This may involve adding organic matter such as compost or aged manure to improve soil structure, water retention, and nutrient content. Additionally, we may need to adjust the pH level of the soil, as tomatoes prefer a slightly acidic environment for optimal growth. Amending the soil is both a science and an art, requiring a delicate touch and a deep understanding of the interplay between soil chemistry, plant biology, and environmental factors. It's It's a testament to the dedication and expertise of modern farmers who strive to create the ideal growing conditions for their crops. Section 1, the promise of a seed, selecting the right tomato varieties. With our soil carefully prepared, we now turn our attention to the heart of the matter, the tomato seeds themselves. Each tiny seed holds the promise of a bountiful harvest, but just like any good gardener knows, not all tomato varieties are created equal. Choosing the right tomato variety for your specific climate, soil type, and intended use is crucial for success. Do you dream of juicy heirloom tomatoes bursting with flavor for your salads? Or are you after plump Roma tomatoes perfect for canning and sauces? Perhaps you have your heart set on disease-resistant cherry tomatoes for snacking straight from the vine. The options are seemingly endless, each with its unique characteristics and growing requirements. From seedling to success, starting tomatoes indoors for a head start. In many regions, starting tomato seeds indoors several weeks before the last frost date gives our plants a head start on the growing season. This is especially beneficial in areas with shorter summers, as it allows us to extend the growing season and maximize our yield. Starting seeds indoors gives us greater control over the environment, ensuring our seedlings receive the optimal amount of light, warmth and moisture for strong, healthy growth. Using seed starting trays filled with a sterile seed starting mix, we carefully sow our tomato seeds, ensuring they are evenly spaced and covered with a thin layer of the mix. A consistent watering schedule along with gentle bottom heat from a heat mat provides the ideal conditions for germination. Once our seedlings emerge, we'll need to provide them with ample light, either from a sunny windowsill or supplemental grow lights. The art of transplanting moving seedlings to their final home. As our seedlings grow taller and stronger, they'll eventually outgrow their cozy confines in the seed starting trays. This is our cue to transplant them into larger containers or directly into the garden bed, giving them ample space to spread their roots and thrive. Transplanting can be a delicate process, but with a little care and attention, we can ensure our seedlings make the transition smoothly. Before transplanting, it's essential to harden off our seedlings, gradually acclimating them to the harsher conditions of the outdoors. This involves introducing them to increasing amounts of sunlight, wind, and temperature fluctuations over a period of several days. Once our seedlings are hardened off, we can carefully lift them from their trays, gently loosening any tangled roots, and transplant them into their final growing location. Timing is everything. Understanding the importance of planting dates. Whether we're starting our tomatoes indoors or direct sowing seeds into the ground, understanding the importance of planting dates is crucial for a successful harvest. Tomatoes are warm season crops, thriving in temperatures ranging from 70 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Planting too early in the spring before the soil is warmed sufficiently can result in stunted growth and reduced yields. Consulting a local gardening calendar or seeking advice from experienced gardeners in your area can help determine the best time to plant tomatoes in your region. Generally speaking, tomatoes should be planted outdoors 2 to 4 weeks after the last frost date, when the soil temperature has reached a consistent 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Section 5. Direct sowing, planting seeds directly into the ground. While starting tomatoes indoors offers several advantages, direct sowing seeds into the ground is a viable option in regions with longer growing seasons and warmer climates. Direct sowing eliminates the need for transplanting, reducing stress on the plants and potentially speeding up the growing process. However, it's important to note that direct sown tomatoes may take a bit longer to mature compared to their indoor started counterparts. When direct sowing tomatoes, we'll want to wait until the soil is warmed sufficiently and all danger of frost has passed. Choose a location with full sun exposure and well-drained soil. Sow the seeds according to the recommended spacing on the seed packet. gently pressing them into the soil and covering them with a thin layer of soil. Water gently but thoroughly, and keep the soil consistently moist until the seeds germinate. Section 1. The thirst for life, providing adequate water for tomato plants. As our tomato seedlings emerge from the soil, reaching for the sky with newfound vigor, it's crucial to provide them with the lifeblood they need to thrive, water. Just like us, tomato plants are largely composed of water, and a consistent supply is essential for photosynthesis, nutrient transport, and overall plant health. However, finding the right balance between underwatering and overwatering can be a delicate dance, especially for novice gardeners. Underwatering can lead to stunted growth, blossom drop, and reduced yields. On the other hand, overwatering can suffocate the roots, creating an environment ripe for root rot and other fungal diseases. The key is to water deeply and less frequently, allowing the soil to dry out slightly between waterings. Section 2. The dance of nutrients, understanding macro and micronutrient needs. Beyond water, tomato plants require a balanced diet of essential nutrients to fuel their growth and produce an abundant harvest. These nutrients can be broadly categorized into macronutrients, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, and micronutrients, which are required in smaller amounts but are no less important for plant health. Nitrogen is crucial for leafy growth and chlorophyll production, giving our plants their vibrant green color. Phosphorus supports root development and flower formation, while potassium contributes to fruit quality, disease resistance, and overall plant vigor. Micronutrients such as calcium, magnesium, and iron play vital roles in various plant processes, from enzyme activity to photosynthesis. Section 3. Supporting the climb, staking, and pruning for optimal growth. As our tomato plants continue to grow taller and bushier, they'll need our support, literally. Staking or caging tomato plants provides essential structural support, preventing them from toppling over under the weight of their own foliage and developing fruit. Additionally, keeping tomato plants off the ground improves air circulation, reducing the risk of fungal diseases, and makes harvesting a breeze. There are various methods for staking tomato plants, from individual stakes to trellises and cages. The best method for you will depend on the tomato variety, available space, and personal preference. Pruning, the selective removal of suckers. The small shoots that grow from the joint between the main stem and a branch can also help to improve air circulation, direct the plant's energy towards fruit production, and make for a tidier garden. Section 4. The power of observation, identifying and addressing nutrient deficiencies. While providing our tomato plants with adequate water and a balanced fertilizer regimen goes a long way in ensuring their health and productivity, it's crucial to remain vigilant for signs of nutrient deficiencies. Just like humans, plants exhibit symptoms when they're lacking essential nutrients, and recognizing these signs early on can prevent more serious problems down the line. Yellowing leaves, stunted growth, blossom drop, and misshapen fruit can all be indicators of nutrient imbalances. By carefully observing our plants and paying attention to any changes in their appearance, we can often diagnose and address nutrient deficiencies before they significantly impact our harvest. Soil testing, both at the beginning of the season and periodically throughout, can also help us monitor nutrient levels and make adjustments to our fertilization program as needed. Section 1. The unseen world, understanding pests and diseases in tomato plants. As our tomato plants flourish, a silent battle rages beneath the surface, a constant struggle between our cultivated crops and the myriad of pests and diseases that seek to feast upon their succulent leaves, stems, and fruits. From microscopic fungi and bacteria to voracious insects and elusive nematodes, the unseen world of plant pathogens and pests poses a constant threat to our tomato harvest. Understanding the life cycles, feeding habits, and environmental conditions that favor these pests and diseases is crucial for developing effective management strategies. Just as a general studies battlefield maps and enemy movements, a knowledgeable gardener learns to recognize the signs of infestation and disease, anticipating problems before they escalate. Knowledge, as they say, is power, and in the garden it can be the difference between a bountiful harvest and devastating losses. Early detection is key regular monitoring and scouting for threats. The first line of defense in protecting our tomato crop is vigilance. Regular monitoring and scouting for pests and diseases allow us to detect problems early on when they are most manageable. Just like a doctor checks a patient's vital signs, a gardener should make it a habit to inspect their tomato plants closely, at least once a week, paying attention to any changes in their appearance or behavior. Start by examining the leaves, both the upper and lower surfaces, looking for any signs of discoloration, stippling, webbing, or unusual growths. Check the stems for any signs of cracking, oozing, or discoloration, and inspect the base of the plant for any signs of wilting or root rot. Pay close attention to new growth, as this is often the first area targeted by pests and diseases. A multifaceted approach integrating pest and disease management strategies. Protecting our tomato crop from the constant onslaught of pests and diseases requires a multifaceted approach, one that integrates a variety of strategies to create a hostile environment for these unwanted invaders. Relying solely on a single method, such as chemical pesticides, can lead to resistance, environmental harm, and ultimately an unsustainable approach to pest and disease management. Instead, we aim for a balanced approach that combines cultural practices, biological controls, and targeted treatments, minimizing our reliance on synthetic chemicals while maximizing our effectiveness in safeguarding our tomato plants. This integrated pest management, or IPM approach, is not only more environmentally friendly, but also fosters a healthier garden ecosystem in the long run. Beneficial allies, harnessing the power of nature's defenders. In the intricate web of life that exists within our gardens, not all creatures are our enemies. In fact, many insects, birds, and even microorganisms play a vital role in keeping pest populations in check, acting as natural predators or parasites that help maintain a healthy balance within the ecosystem. Attracting and supporting these beneficial allies is a cornerstone of any successful IPM program. Planting a diversity of flowering plants, providing water sources, and avoiding the use of broad-spectrum pesticides can all help to create a welcoming habitat for these natural defenders. Ladybugs, lacewings, praying mantises, parasitic wasps, and even spiders are just a few examples of the beneficial insects that can help keep pest populations under control. Section 5. Organic options, safeguarding our health and the environment. In our quest to protect our tomato crop from pests and diseases, we strive to minimize our impact on the environment and our own health. Fortunately, there are a wide array of organic pest and disease control options available, derived from natural sources and formulated to be less toxic to humans, wildlife, and beneficial insects. Insecticidal soaps, horticultural oils, neem oil, diatomaceous earth, and copper fungicides are just a few examples of the organic tools at our disposal. These products work through various mechanisms, such as disrupting the insect's exoskeletons, interfering with their feeding habits, or creating an inhospitable environment for fungal growth. While generally considered safer than synthetic pesticides, it's important to note that even organic products should be used judiciously and according to label instructions. Section 6. Targeted treatments, addressing specific pest and disease issues. While a preventative approach to pest and disease management is always ideal, there may be times when targeted treatments are necessary to control an infestation or outbreak. The key is to choose the least toxic, most effective treatment option for the specific pest or disease we are facing, minimizing collateral damage to beneficial insects and the environment. For example, if we detect an infestation of aphids, our first line of defense might be to introduce a strong blast of water from the garden hose to dislodge them from the plant. If this proves ineffective, we could consider applying an insecticidal soap or releasing ladybugs, which are voracious aphid predators. Similarly, if we notice signs of early blight on our tomato plants, we might opt for an organic copper fungicide to halt the spread of the disease. Section 7. Cultural practices. Creating an inhospitable environment for pests. Often the best defense against pests and diseases is to create an environment where they are less likely to thrive in the first place. Cultural practices, which encompass all aspects of how we manage our garden, can play a significant role in discouraging pests, promoting plant health, and reducing the likelihood of disease outbreaks. Rotating crops, choosing disease-resistant varieties, providing adequate spacing between plants for good air circulation, watering at the base of the plants to keep the foliage dry, and maintaining a clean garden by removing plant debris promptly are all examples of cultural practices that can contribute to a healthier, more resilient tomato crop. The importance of hygiene preventing the spread of diseases. Just as we practice good hygiene to prevent the spread of germs, maintaining a clean garden is crucial for preventing the spread of plant diseases. Fungal spores, bacterial pathogens, and even viral particles can linger on garden tools, stakes, cages, and even our own hands, easily spreading from plant to plant if we're not careful. Make it a habit to sanitize your garden tools regularly, especially after working with diseased plants. A simple solution of bleach and water, 1 part bleach to 9 parts water, is effective in killing most plant pathogens. Wash your hands thoroughly with soap and water before and after working in the garden, and avoid working with wet plants, as this can increase the risk of spreading diseases. Building resilience, choosing disease-resistant tomato varieties. One of the most effective ways to minimize the risk of disease outbreaks in our tomato garden is to choose disease-resistant varieties. Plant breeders have worked tirelessly to develop tomato cultivars that are genetically predisposed to resist common diseases such as verticillium wilt, fusarium wilt, early blight, and late blight. When selecting tomato varieties for your garden, look for letters following the variety name such as VFN, which indicate resistance to specific diseases. For example, V indicates resistance to verticillium wilt, F to fusarium wilt, and N to nematodes, while disease-resistant varieties are not completely immune to these pathogens. They are significantly less likely to succumb to these diseases, reducing the need for chemical treatments and increasing the likelihood of a bountiful harvest. A continuous battle, adapting strategies to outsmart evolving threats. The world of pests and diseases is constantly evolving, with new threats emerging and existing ones developing resistance to our control methods. As gardeners, we must remain vigilant, adaptable, and willing to learn from our experiences, constantly refining our strategies to stay one step ahead in this ongoing battle. Staying informed about emerging pests and diseases in your region, attending workshops and seminars, and participating in online gardening forums are all excellent ways to expand your knowledge and learn from the experiences of others. By embracing a proactive, integrated approach to pest and disease management, we can ensure the health of our tomato plants, the sustainability of our gardens, and the bounty of our harvests for years to come. The anticipation builds, recognizing the signs of ripeness. After months of dedicated care, nurturing our tomato plants from tiny seedlings to towering vines laden with fruit, the moment of truth arrives, harvest time. This journey from seed to fruit is a labor of love, involving countless hours of watering, pruning, and protecting the plants from pests and diseases. Each stage of growth brings its own set of challenges and rewards, But nothing compares to the excitement of seeing those first signs of ripeness. The anticipation builds as we eagerly await the first blush of color, signaling the transformation from green orbs to the vibrant hues of ripeness. This change in color is not just a visual delight, but also an indicator of the complex biochemical processes happening within the fruit. Chlorophyll breaks down, and pigments like lycopene and carotene take over, giving the tomato its characteristic red, orange, or yellow color. This visual cue is the first sign that the tomato is on its way to reaching its peak flavor. But how do we know when a tomato is truly ready to be plucked from the vine and savored at its peak of flavor? It's not just about the color. There are other subtle signs to look for. The texture of the tomato should be firm, yet yielding to gentle pressure. A ripe tomato will have a slight give when you squeeze it gently, indicating that the flesh inside is juicy and ready to be enjoyed. The aroma is another telltale sign. A ripe tomato will emit a sweet, earthy fragrance that is unmistakable. Unlike some fruits that continue to ripen after being picked, tomatoes reach their full flavor potential only when allowed to mature fully on the vine. This is because the complex interplay of sugars, acids, and volatile compounds that give a tomato its unique flavor profile continues to develop until the very last moment. Picking a tomato too early interrupts this process, resulting in a fruit that may look ripe but lacks the depth of flavor that comes from vine ripening. Picking a tomato too early robs it of the opportunity to develop its full complement of sugars, acids, and volatile compounds that contribute to its unique and complex flavor profile. These compounds are responsible for the sweet, tangy, and umami notes that make a tomato so delicious. When picked prematurely, the tomato doesn't have enough time to develop these flavors fully, resulting in a bland and unremarkable taste. On the other hand, leaving tomatoes on the vine for too long can lead to over-ripening, resulting in a mushy texture and a decline in flavor. Overripe tomatoes may still be edible, but they lack the firm, juicy texture that makes a perfectly ripe tomato so enjoyable. The sugars in the fruit start to break down, leading to a loss of sweetness and an increase in acidity. This can make the tomato taste sour and unappetizing. Therefore, timing is crucial when it comes to harvesting tomatoes. To ensure that tomatoes are picked at the perfect moment, some farmers use tools like refractometers to measure the sugar content of the fruit. This scientific approach helps in determining the exact level of ripeness, ensuring that each tomato is harvested at its peak. By measuring the Brix level, which indicates the sugar content, farmers can make informed decisions about when to pick their tomatoes. This method, combined with traditional techniques like visual inspection and touch, ensures that the tomatoes are harvested at their optimal ripeness. The decision of when to harvest is often a collaborative effort among farmers. They discuss and plan the best time to pick the tomatoes, taking into account factors like weather conditions, market demand, and the specific variety of tomato being grown. Some varieties may ripen earlier than others, and understanding these nuances is key to a successful harvest. By working together and sharing their knowledge, farmers can ensure that their tomatoes are picked at the perfect time, resulting in a bountiful and flavorful harvest. Once the tomatoes are harvested, they are carefully sorted and packed to ensure that only the best quality fruit reaches the market. This process involves inspecting each tomato for any signs of damage or overripeness, and discarding those that don't meet the standards. The selected tomatoes are then packed in crates or boxes, ready to be transported to markets, grocery stores, and restaurants. This meticulous process ensures that consumers receive tomatoes that are not only visually appealing, but also bursting with flavor. The journey of a tomato from the vine to the table is a testament to the dedication and hard work of farmers. When you bite into a perfectly ripe tomato, you're not just enjoying a delicious fruit, you're experiencing the culmination of months of care and attention. Whether it's sliced in a salad, cooked into a sauce, or simply eaten fresh, a ripe tomato is a true delight. So the next time you enjoy a tomato, take a moment to appreciate the effort that went into bringing it to your plate. A symphony of colors, the spectrum of tomato ripeness. As tomato fruits mature, they undergo a remarkable transformation, their skin gradually changing color from a deep, unripe green to a vibrant spectrum of yellows, oranges, and reds. This symphony of colors is not merely aesthetically pleasing, but also serves as a visual indicator of the ripening process and the developing flavor profile within. Green tomatoes, while technically edible, are typically tart and tangy, their flavor dominated by chlorophyll and other compounds that contribute to their unripe taste. As tomatoes begin to ripen, they first develop a whitish-yellow hue, known as the breaker stage. At this stage, the tomatoes are still relatively firm, but have begun to soften slightly and develop a hint of sweetness. As ripening progresses, the color deepens, transitioning from yellow to orange and finally to a rich, vibrant red, indicating the peak of ripeness and flavor. The art of the harvest handpicking for quality and care. While large-scale commercial tomato operations often rely on mechanical harvesting methods to efficiently gather their crops, for the home gardener or small-scale grower, handpicking remains the preferred method for ensuring the highest quality harvest. Handpicking allows us to selectively choose only the ripest, most flavorful tomatoes, while minimizing damage to the delicate fruit and the vine itself. To harvest a tomato by hand, gently grasp the fruit in your palm and twist it upward until it detaches from the vine. Avoid pulling or tugging on the tomato, as this can damage the plant and potentially tear the skin of the fruit. If the tomato is ripe, it should come off the vine easily with a gentle twist. Section 4. Timing is everything. Determining the optimal harvest window. In this section, we will delve into the intricacies of identifying the perfect moment to harvest your tomatoes, ensuring that you get the best flavor, texture, and nutritional value from your crop. The optimal time to harvest tomatoes depends on a variety of factors, including the specific variety, the local climate, and the intended use of the fruit. Each tomato variety has its own unique characteristics and ripening patterns. For instance, heirloom tomatoes may require different harvesting times compared to hybrid varieties. Additionally, the local climate plays a significant role in determining the best harvest window. Tomatoes grown in cooler climates may ripen more slowly than those in warmer regions. Furthermore, the intended use of the tomatoes, whether for fresh consumption, canning, or sauce making, will also influence the ideal harvest time. Generally speaking, tomatoes are best harvested in the morning, after the dew has dried but before the heat of the day sets in. This is because the cooler morning temperatures help to preserve the tomatoes' flavor and texture. Harvesting during this time also reduces the risk of the fruit becoming stressed by extreme heat, which can cause them to become soft and lose their firmness. The early morning light provides the perfect conditions for picking tomatoes, as the gentle sunlight helps to highlight the ripest fruits on the vine. Harvesting tomatoes during the cooler hours of the day helps to preserve their flavor and texture, as the fruit is less likely to be stressed by extreme temperatures. This practice is particularly important for tomatoes that will be eaten fresh, as it ensures that they retain their juiciness and sweetness. The cool morning air also helps to keep the tomatoes firm and prevents them from becoming overly soft. By picking tomatoes in the morning, you can ensure that they are at their peak quality and ready to be enjoyed. For tomatoes that will be eaten fresh, such as slicing varieties or cherry tomatoes, aim to harvest them when they have reached their full color and are slightly soft to the touch. This indicates that the tomatoes are fully ripe and have developed their maximum flavor. The color of the tomato is a key indicator of ripeness, with most varieties turning a deep red, orange, or yellow when they are ready to be picked. Additionally, the texture of the tomato should be slightly soft but not mushy, indicating that it is juicy and ready to be enjoyed. These tomatoes are at the peak of their flavor and will provide the most enjoyable eating experience. Freshly harvested tomatoes have a vibrant taste that is unmatched by store-bought varieties. The natural sugars and acids in the fruit are perfectly balanced, creating a delicious and refreshing flavor. Whether you are slicing them for a salad, adding them to a sandwich, or simply enjoying them on their own, freshly picked tomatoes offer a burst of flavor that is sure to delight your taste buds. Tomatoes intended for canning, sauce making, or other preservation methods can be harvested slightly earlier, as the cooking process will soften them and concentrate their flavors. When harvesting tomatoes for these purposes, look for fruits that are just beginning to change color but are still firm to the touch. These tomatoes will continue to ripen off the vine and will develop their full flavor during the cooking process. By harvesting them slightly earlier, you can ensure that they have the right texture and consistency for canning or making sauces. The cooking process will break down the tomatoes' cell walls, releasing their natural juices and intensifying their flavor, resulting in a rich and delicious final product. Understanding the specific ripeness indicators for different tomato varieties is crucial for determining the optimal harvest window. For example, some varieties may develop a slight give when gently squeezed, while others may change color at the blossom end first. By familiarizing yourself with these indicators, you can make more informed decisions about when to harvest your tomatoes. Additionally, weighing and sorting the tomatoes after harvest can help you identify any that may need a bit more time to ripen or those that are ready for immediate use. Another useful tool for determining the optimal harvest time is a refractometer, which measures the sugar content of the tomatoes. Higher sugar levels indicate that the tomatoes are at their peak ripeness and will have the best flavor. By testing the sugar levels of your tomatoes, you can ensure that you are harvesting them at the perfect moment for maximum sweetness and taste. This method is particularly useful for those who are growing tomatoes for commercial purposes, as it allows for precise and consistent quality control. Keeping detailed records of your harvest times and the conditions in which your tomatoes were grown can also help you determine the optimal harvest window. By documenting factors such as weather conditions, soil quality, and watering schedules, you can identify patterns and make adjustments to improve your future harvests. This practice is especially beneficial for those who are growing tomatoes on a larger scale, as it allows for better planning and management of the crop. Additionally, having a harvest log can help you track the performance of different tomato varieties and make informed decisions about which ones to grow in the future. Ultimately, the key to determining the optimal harvest window for your tomatoes is a combination of observation, experience, and knowledge. By paying close attention to the specific needs of your tomato plants and using the tools and techniques available to you, you can ensure that you are harvesting your tomatoes at the perfect moment for the best possible flavor and quality. Whether you are growing tomatoes for personal enjoyment or for sale at a market, taking the time to determine the optimal harvest window will result in a more satisfying and successful harvest. In conclusion, determining the optimal harvest window for tomatoes is a vital aspect of tomato cultivation that can greatly impact the flavor, texture, and overall quality of the fruit. By considering factors such as variety, climate, and intended use, and by utilizing tools like refractometers and harvest logs, you can make informed decisions about when to pick your tomatoes. The result will be a bountiful harvest of delicious, ripe tomatoes that are perfect for fresh eating, canning, or cooking. So take the time to observe and understand your tomato plants and enjoy the rewards of a well-timed harvest. Section 5, From Vine to Basket, Gentle Handling Techniques for Delicate Fruit. Tomatoes are delicate fruits, easily bruised or damaged if handled roughly. To preserve their quality and prevent spoilage, it's essential to handle them with care throughout the harvesting process. Avoid dropping or tossing the tomatoes into your harvesting container, as this can cause bruising and shorten their shelf life. Instead, gently place each tomato into a basket or other container lined with a soft cloth or paper towels to cushion them and absorb any excess moisture. Avoid overcrowding the container, as this can lead to bruising and premature spoilage. Once harvested, keep the tomatoes out of direct sunlight and in a cool, well-ventilated area until you're ready to use them. Section 6. The Bounty Unveiled, Sorting and Grading for Market Readiness. Once our baskets are overflowing with the vibrant hues of our tomato harvest, it's time to sort and grade the fruit, ensuring that only the highest quality tomatoes make it to our tables or the market. Sorting and grading involves visually inspecting each tomato, discarding any that are damaged, diseased, or overripe. and separating the remaining tomatoes based on their size, shape, and overall quality. Tomatoes with blemishes, cracks, or signs of insect damage should be set aside for immediate use or processing, as they are more susceptible to spoilage. Overripe tomatoes, which are overly soft and may have begun to wrinkle or develop soft spots, can still be used for making sauces, jams, or other cooked dishes where their texture is less important. The remaining tomatoes, free from defects and at the peak of ripeness, can be enjoyed fresh, stored for later use, or sold at market. Section 7. A race against time, preserving freshness for optimal flavor. While nothing beats the flavor of a tomato eaten fresh from the vine, preserving our tomato harvest allows us to enjoy the fruits of our labor long after the growing season has ended. From canning and freezing to drying and pickling, there are countless ways to capture the essence of summer's bounty and savor the flavors of our tomato harvest throughout the year. Canning tomatoes is a time-honored tradition, preserving their flavor and nutrients for months to come. Frozen tomatoes, while their texture changes slightly upon thawing, retain their fresh flavor and are perfect for adding to soups, sauces, and other cooked dishes. Sun-dried tomatoes, bursting with concentrated flavor, add a touch of sweetness and umami to pizzas, pastas, and salads. And pickled green tomatoes, with their tangy, piquant flavor, are a delightful addition to sandwiches, charcuterie boards, and Bloody Marys. Section 8. The joys of sharing, savoring the fruits of our labor. As gardeners, we take immense pride in the fruits of our labor, and there's no greater joy than sharing the bounty of our tomato harvest with friends, family, and neighbors. Whether it's a simple salad of sliced tomatoes drizzled with olive oil and balsamic vinegar, a pot of homemade tomato sauce simmering on the stove, or a jar of pickled green tomatoes gifted to a friend, sharing our harvest is an act of generosity and a celebration of the connection between the earth and our tables. Inviting loved ones to share in the abundance of our gardens fosters a sense of community and reminds us of the simple pleasures in life. The act of sharing food, grown with care and nurtured with love, transcends the meal itself, becoming a testament to the power of human connection and the bounty of nature's gifts. Section 9. Beyond the Vine, exploring the versatility of the tomato harvest. The versatility of the tomato knows no bounds. From savory dishes to sweet treats, the tomato's unique flavor profile lends itself to a wide array of culinary creations. Beyond the classic uses of fresh tomatoes in salads, sandwiches, and salsas, their flavor can be concentrated into rich sauces, transformed into refreshing gazpachos, or incorporated into baked goods for a touch of sweetness and acidity. Green tomatoes, often overlooked, can be fried, pickled, or even baked into pies, offering a tangy counterpoint to sweeter ingredients. And let's not forget the countless varieties of heirloom tomatoes, each with its unique flavor profile and culinary potential. From the smoky sweetness of the black crim to the citrusy tang of the green zebra, heirloom tomatoes offer a world of flavor exploration for the adventurous palate. Section 10. A legacy of flavor seed saving for future generations. As we savor the final bites of our tomato harvest, our thoughts turn to the future, to ensuring that the legacy of these flavorful fruits lives on in our gardens for years to come. Saving seeds from our favorite tomato varieties allows us to preserve their unique genetics, ensuring that their exceptional flavor, color, and disease resistance are passed down to future generations. Selecting the healthiest, most vigorous plants from our garden and allowing a few fruits from each plant to fully mature on the vine provides us with the best seeds for saving. Once the tomatoes are overripe and their skin has begun to wrinkle, we can carefully extract the seeds, ferment them to remove any germination inhibitors, and allow them to dry thoroughly before storing them in a cool, dark place until next spring, when the cycle of growth and abundance begins anew. Section 1. From Field to Facility, The journey of freshly harvested tomatoes. The journey of a tomato from the field to our tables doesn't end with the harvest. In fact, it's just the beginning of a carefully orchestrated process designed to ensure that these delicate fruits reach consumers at the peak of freshness and flavor. The story of a tomato's journey is one of precision, care, and a race against time. As soon as the tomatoes are plucked from the vine, the clock starts ticking, and a race against time begins to preserve their quality and deliver them to our plates. The first step in this journey is the careful picking of the tomatoes. Workers in the field handle each tomato with care, ensuring that they are not bruised or damaged during the harvest. This is crucial because any damage can lead to spoilage and a shorter shelf life. Once picked, the tomatoes are placed into crates. These crates are designed to protect the tomatoes from being crushed or bruised. The design of the crates allows for proper ventilation, which is essential in maintaining the freshness of the tomatoes. The crates are then loaded onto transport vehicles, and the journey to the processing facility begins. The first leg of this journey often involves transporting the freshly harvested tomatoes from the field to a nearby processing facility. This is a critical step, as rough handling or delays in transportation can damage the delicate fruit, leading to bruising, spoilage, and a shorter shelf life. The transportation process is carefully monitored to ensure that the tomatoes are handled with care and reach the processing facility in the best possible condition. At the processing facility, the tomatoes undergo a series of steps to prepare them for the market. This includes sorting, washing, and packaging. Each step is designed to maintain the quality and freshness of the tomatoes. The sorting process involves removing any damaged or overripe tomatoes, ensuring that only the best quality tomatoes make it to the market. The washing process removes any dirt or debris, and the packaging process ensures that the tomatoes are protected during transport to the market. To minimize these risks, tomatoes are typically transported in well-ventilated crates or containers, stacked carefully to prevent crushing, and often cooled during transport to slow down the ripening process. The cooling process is essential in maintaining the freshness of the tomatoes. By slowing down the ripening process, the tomatoes can be transported over longer distances without losing their quality. The stacking of the crates is also an important step in the transportation process. The crates are stacked in a way that prevents the tomatoes from being crushed. This is done by ensuring that the weight of the crates is evenly distributed and that the crates are not stacked too high. The stacking process is carefully monitored to ensure that the tomatoes are protected during transport. The use of refrigerated trucks is another important aspect of the transportation process. These trucks are designed to maintain a consistent temperature, which is essential in slowing down the ripening process. The tomatoes are often cooled before being loaded onto the trucks, and the temperature is carefully monitored during transport. This ensures that the tomatoes reach the market in the best possible condition, ready to be enjoyed by consumers. The journey of a freshly harvested tomato is a testament to the care and precision that goes into bringing fresh produce to our tables. From the careful picking and handling in the field to the meticulous transportation and processing, each step is designed to maintain the quality and freshness of the tomatoes. This journey is a race against time, but with the right processes in place, we can enjoy fresh, flavorful tomatoes all year round. Section 2. The sorting line. Selecting the cream of the crop. Upon arrival at the processing facility, the tomatoes are met with a flurry of activity as a team of skilled workers and sophisticated machinery spring into action. The first step in this intricate process is typically the sorting line, where the tomatoes are carefully inspected and any damaged, diseased, or overripe fruit is removed. This meticulous sorting process ensures that only the highest quality tomatoes make it to the next stage. Workers stationed along the conveyor belt visually inspect each tomato, looking for any signs of blemishes, cracks, soft spots, or discoloration that might indicate spoilage or damage. Their trained eyes can quickly identify imperfections, ensuring that only the finest specimens continue down the line. This hands-on approach, combined with automated systems that can detect subtle variations in color and shape, guarantees the quality and consistency of the final product. . Section 3. A symphony of technology, modern processing and packaging techniques. Modern tomato processing facilities are a testament to human ingenuity, employing a symphony of technology to efficiently wash, sort, grade and package tomatoes while maintaining the highest standards of food safety and quality. From automated washing systems that gently remove dirt and debris to optical sorters that can identify and separate tomatoes based on ripeness and color, these facilities are designed to handle large volumes of delicate fruit with precision and care. Once the tomatoes have been sorted, they are often graded based on their size, shape and overall quality. This grading process ensures that consumers have access to a variety of tomato products tailored to their specific needs, whether it's perfectly uniform slices for sandwiches, diced tomatoes for sauces, or whole peeled tomatoes for canning. After grading, the tomatoes are washed again, sanitized, and then packaged using state-of-the-art equipment designed to protect their freshness and extend their shelf life. Section 4. Preserving freshness, the science of extending shelf life. Extending the shelf life of fresh produce is a constant challenge for the food industry, and tomatoes, with their delicate nature and relatively short shelf life, present a unique set of challenges. Fortunately, advances in food science and technology have provided us with a range of methods for preserving the freshness, flavor, and nutritional value of tomatoes long after they've been harvested. One common method is modified atmosphere packaging, which involves adjusting the gas composition inside the packaging to slow down the ripening process and inhibit the growth of spoilage organisms. Another approach is controlled atmosphere storage, which involves storing tomatoes in specially designed rooms with controlled temperature, humidity, and gas composition to extend their shelf life significantly. These technologies, combined with careful handling and transportation practices, help ensure that consumers have access to fresh, flavorful tomatoes year-round. Section 5. A network of efficiency, transportation and logistics. Getting tomatoes from the farm to our tables is a logistical feat that relies on a complex and efficient network of transportation and distribution systems. Refrigerated trucks, trains, and even airplanes play a role in transporting tomatoes across long distances, ensuring that they reach their destination quickly and in optimal condition. Sophisticated logistics systems track the movement of tomatoes throughout the supply chain, from the farm to the processing facility to the distribution centers, and finally to supermarkets and restaurants. This real-time tracking allows for optimal inventory management, minimizing waste and ensuring that consumers have access to fresh, high-quality tomatoes year-round. The efficiency of these transportation and logistics networks is a testament to the globalization of the food industry and the interconnectedness of our modern world. Section 6. From our farms to your tables, the importance of traceability. In an era of increasing consumer awareness about the origins of their food and the conditions under which it is produced, traceability has become paramount in the food industry. Consumers want to know where their food comes from, how it was grown, and what steps were taken to ensure its safety and quality. The tomato industry has responded to this demand for transparency by implementing robust traceability systems that allow consumers to trace their tomatoes back to the farm where they were grown. By scanning a QR code or entering a code found on the packaging, consumers can access a wealth of information about their tomatoes, including the farm's location, growing practices, harvesting date, and even the journey the tomatoes took to reach the store. This level of transparency not only empowers consumers, but also helps to build trust and confidence in the food system. Section 7. Reducing waste, maximizing value, innovative approaches to tomato byproducts. The processing and distribution of tomatoes generate a significant amount of byproducts, such as peels, seeds, and stems, which were traditionally discarded as waste. However, with a growing emphasis on sustainability and reducing food waste, innovative approaches are being developed to utilize these byproducts, maximizing the value of the entire tomato harvest. Tomato peels and seeds, rich in lycopene, antioxidants, and dietary fiber, are being incorporated into animal feed, dietary supplements, and even cosmetics. Tomato stems and leaves, traditionally considered agricultural waste, are being explored for their potential as a source of biofuel, compost, and even building materials. These innovative approaches to utilizing tomato byproducts not only reduce waste, but also create new revenue streams for farmers and processors, contributing to a more sustainable and circular food system. Section 1, the Circle of Sustainability, Cultivating for the Future. As we've journeyed through the intricacies of modern tomato farming, from the soil to the seed, the harvest to the table, one resounding theme emerges: the importance of sustainability. It's a concept woven into every facet of responsible agriculture, a deep-rooted understanding that we are merely stewards of the land, entrusted with the responsibility of preserving its bounty for generations to come. Sustainability in tomato farming goes beyond simply minimizing our environmental footprint. It's about creating a closed-loop system, one that nourishes the soil, conserves water, reduces waste, and supports biodiversity. It's about recognizing the interconnectedness of all living things and striving to create a harmonious balance between our need to produce food and our responsibility to protect